Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? I hope you'll be fine. This is Think New Syllabus Mathematics Book 1. Today we are going to start exercise 12C. We have already done a few questions earlier. Now we are going to start with very first question of this exercise. So watch the video till the end. In this exercise, we are going to learn how to find out the circumference and the area of a circle. Okay, so we have already learned how to find out the area and perimeter of polygons, where we have learned about square and rectangle and parallelogram and so on, other uh, different types of polygons. But this is quite different since it doesn't have any of these straight sides. It just has an outer side which is curved. Okay, so measuring this circle, the circumference of this circle is not the same as we used to measure the straight sides of different polygons. Okay, so we have to keep in mind that there is a center, and with this center, if we draw a line to the edge, to the outer part of the circle, this is called the radius of this circle. And the relation between the radius and this circumference is the outer side of this circle, has a connection between them. And what is that connection? This is the circumference. The connection between the circumference and the radius is 2 pi r. That is, if we talk about the circumference of any circle, and if you want to find out the circumference, the length of the circumference, what we need to do, we will just take out the radius, double it, and multiply it with the value of pi, which is a constant. And mathematicians have told us that this constant value of pi is equals to 22 upon 7 in fraction, or it is 3.14. So whatever circle you take, you can do this experiment as well. Just cut out a circle of any size and mark its radius. Find out what is the length of its radius, and then using a thread, just put it at the edges of this circle, and then measure the size of the circumference. What next you have to do, you just have to match that whatever radius you have found, put this formula, use this formula, put your values inside this formula, and then multiply it with 2, multiply by 22 upon 7, multiply by radius, and find it out that what circumference you have found and the circumference you have found using this formula are the same or not. You will be astonished by looking that the two would be exactly the same. So whenever you have to find out the circumference, which is basically the perimeter of a circle, but we do not call it the perimeter, it's the outer part of the circle. So to find out the circumference of a circle, we just need to use this formula. So if we are provided with the radius as 8 centimeters, the circumference would be 2 multiplied by 22 upon 7 multiplied by 8. We'll multiply all the numerators, which is 2 multiplied by 22 is equals to 44. 44 multiplied by 8 is equals to 352. And next, what are we going to do? We will simply divide it with 7. So the answer will be, it's 352 basically. We will divide it with 7 and the answer would be 50.28, or you can just write it as 50 centimeters, or write down the answer to one decimal place. After rounding it up, it becomes 50.3 centimeters, right? So if the radius of a circle is 8 centimeters, its circumference would be 50.3 centimeters. And how do we find the area of a circle? To find out the area of a circle, we use a different formula, which is pi r square. So basically, you just have to memorize these two formulas to solve these type of questions, okay? So again, we are going to write 22 upon 7 for r square. We'll put 8 inside the bracket. Now, the most important thing, BODMAS rule that we have already learned, that whenever we multiply a number having a power over it, so first we solve its power and then we multiply it with the number outside the bracket. So it will be 22 upon 7 as it is. We cannot multiply 22 upon 8, 22 with 8 until we have found the square of 8, which is 64. So we will multiply 64 with 8, which is 1408, and then we will divide it with 7. So the final answer would be 201.14. Or you can write it as 201.1 centimeter square. Always remember the unit of area is squares. Okay, so it will be 201.1 centimeters square. So it's a simple question. You just have to apply the formula and there you go. But what happens if we are not provided with the radius? Instead, we are provided with the circumference. So again, we are going to use the same formula of circumference, and using this formula, now we are going to figure out that what would be the radius. Since we have already learned about linear equations in detail, what's needed is just make this unknown as the subject. Earlier, circumference was unknown, so we used the formula as it is since C was already the subject over there. But now we have to find out the radius, and it's part of the formula on the right hand side. It has to multiply by pi as well. So what we can do, instead of substituting the values as it is, although we can do that as well, but we are not going to do it this way. Instead, what we are going to do, we will, or let us first find it out using the same formula as it is. So if we are going to substitute the values, just recall the linear equations. What will happen? We will write C as 34.6 is equals to 2 multiplied by 22 upon 7 multiplied by R. Okay. Now what we will do? We will just remove each and every number from R to the other side. So it becomes 44 upon 7 R 34.6. Now, since we are multiplying 44 with R, so we will divide it to the other side. So it becomes 34.6 upon 44. And since we are dividing 7 with R, it's denominator. So we will multiply it with 7 on the other side. So the answer would be 34.6 multiplied by 7 divided by 44. When we will multiply it, the answer would be 242.2. And when we will divide it with 44, so the final answer would be 5.5. And so the radius is 5.5 centimeters. How easy it is using the same formula. Or you can make R as the subject first and then you can further solve it. So let me show you how. If C is equals to 2 pi R, then we can write it as 2 pi R is equals to C. And then what we have to do, we have to make R as the subject. So we'll remove everything from here and it becomes C upon 2 pi. Next, what we are going to do, we will write down the values of C as 34.6 upon 2 multiplied by, instead of writing 22 upon 7, we can use 3.14. Okay. Now, when we will multiply 34.6, we don't have to multiply it with any number, but we will divide it with 2, or we can multiply 2 with 3.14 first. So it will be 6.28, and then we will simply divide it with 34.6. So the final answer would be the same, that is 5.5. So in both the cases, you are going to get the same answer. Whichever method you feel is more easy for you, you can go for it. But the answer would be the same, that is 5.5 centimeters. Now, after finding the radius, that is 5.5 centimeters, now it's very easy for us to find the area, the next. So how can we find the area? It's simple. Area is equals to pi r square. So 22 upon 7 multiplied by 5.5 square. First, we will find the square of 5.5, which is 30.25. Then we will multiply it with 22. So the answer will be 665.5. And then finally, we will divide it with 7. So the final answer would be 95. So we have learned to find out the radius using the formula of circumference and finding the circumference and area using the radius. Now the third thing, if the area is given and both the radius and circumference are missing, so how can we find the radius? Just keep in mind that whatever is given, if the radius itself is given, then it's easy. Just apply the formula of circumference and area and find them out. But if the circumference is given, first of all, we have to find out the radius using the formula of circumference. And if the area is given, then we will use the formula of area to find out the radius first, and then we will find out the circumference. So basically, if the radius is missing, so first we have to find out radius using the formula of that value which is given. Either it is circumference or area. So if the area is given, so we will use the formula of area, which is pi r squared. Now we will substitute the values. Area is given. So using the linear equation concept, area is equals to 302. We will substitute it with 302, then 22 upon 7, and here comes r square. Since r is missing, so we will keep it as it is, that is r square. Next, what we have to do, we will have to remove 22 upon 7 from here. So it becomes 302 multiplied by 7 upon 22 is equals to r square. So first we are going to divide 302 with 22, and then we will multiply it with 7. So the answer would be 96. Now, what to do next? We have found the value of r square, but we have to find out the radius, not r square. R square is different from r. So what to do next? We will simply take square root on both sides. Whenever the area would be given, we have to do this additional step. Just keep this in mind. So what we will do next, we will take the square root on both sides. It will be like when we will take the square root, this square will cut the root and we are left with r is equals to under root 96. And we know 81 is the perfect square of 9 and 100 is the perfect square of 10. So we can keep it as 9.8 or 9.9 something. It will be around 9.8 centimeters. This is the radius. After finding the radius, now it's easy for us to find out the circumference using the formula, that is 2 pi r. So it will be like 2 multiplied by 22 upon 7 multiplied by 9.8. So we'll multiply 9.8 with 44 and divide it with 7. So the final answer would be 61.6. You see how easy it is? Using these two formulas, we can find the radius, the circumference, and the area, all of them. Achha. Also keep this in mind that as students, you have to focus on the unit that is given. Since the unit in part C is given in millimeter square, so the radius and circumference would both be in millimeters, right? There is a square in the unit of area, but there is no square in the unit of radius or circumference. But we have to look for the unit itself. If it's in centimeters, then all of the values would be in centimeters. If it's in millimeters, then all of the values would be in millimeters, right? Now let's move to question number 2. In question number 2, we have been provided with a quarter circle. So let's talk about the circle first. Then let's talk about the semicircle and then this quarter circle. So if we talk about the semicircle and its circumference, so there is no straight side in the circumference of the circle. Okay, so the formula that we are going to use for finding the circumference of the circle would be 2 pi r straight. But when we talk about the circumference of the semicircle, since the circle has been halved, so we use this formula C is equals to pi r. Okay, this 2 will be removed. Why? Because when we will divided with 2, 2 pi r is divided with 2. So 2 will cut the 2. So the formula for finding the circumference of semicircle is pi r. But you have to keep in mind that along with this half circumference in a semicircle, we do have a straight side part of its outer side. So we have, and this is the diameter. Always remember, this is the diameter. So what we have to do after finding the circumference of this semicircle, we have to add the diameter to find out its perimeter for a semicircle. Okay. And when we talk about this quarter circle, so what happens over here? Further, we have to divide it with 2. So the circumference would be pi r upon 2. Why? Because in the circumference of a whole circle, there are 4 quarter parts of a circle. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if these 4 parts are equal to 2 pi r, 2 parts would be equal to only pi r, and only 1 part would be pi r upon 2, right? Because when we will multiply pi r upon 2 with 4, the answer would be 2 pi r. That is the circumference of the whole circle. So these are the 3 formulas that you have to remember, or you have to practice, that if the circumference of the whole circle is 2 pi r, then the circumference of semicircle would be pi r, and the circumference of the quarter circle would be pi r upon 2, right? But these are the circumferences, and we are required to find out the perimeter for the semicircle, and they do not say find out the circumference of the semicircle or a quarter circle. When it comes to a circle, the question would be find the circumference of the whole circle. When it comes to the semicircle or a quarter circle, then the question would be find the perimeter of the semicircle or the quarter circle. In this type of question, we have to find out the circumference separately, and then we have to add the diameter in the semicircle to find out its complete perimeter. And there are 2 radii, 1 and 2. Again, what do we have to do? We have to add 2r, or you can say it's the same, plus d, because d is equals to 2r. So instead of writing some other formula, you can straight write plus d, and that would be correct, because d is equals to 2r. Diameter is equals to the double of the radius. So these are the 3 formulas that you have to remember. Okay, and we use the word p over here instead of c, because the c of circle is 2 pi r, c of a semicircle is pi r, and c of a quarter circle is pi r upon 2. After doing this, first of all, let us solve this question. Question number 2. They are telling us the figure shows a quarter of a circle POQ, and the radius is given as 4.3 centimeters. They have already provided you with the details that OP and OQ are the 2 radii of this quarter circle. And since they both are radii and radii across the circle are similar, so they have already told you that OP is equals to OQ is equals to 4.3 centimeters. So we can say that the radius is given. How can we find the perimeter? It's very simple. We will use the formula, the third formula, that is pi r upon 2 plus 2r. Why am I using 2r instead of d? Because I'm provided with the value of radius and not the diameter. Okay, so when I will double it, it becomes the d. 22 upon 7 multiply by 4.3 upon 2 plus 2 multiply by 4.3. Now let us solve it. So how can we solve it? We will do simple 22 upon 7, that is 3.14. Then we will multiply it with 4.3, and then we will divide it with 2. So when we will multiply 3.14 with 4.3, we will get 13.5. And when we will divide it with 2, so the answer would be 6.75. Next, what we have to do? We have to multiply 2 with 4.3, which would be 8.6. So we will add 8.6 into it. And the final answer would be 15.35 centimeters. This is the perimeter of the given quarter circle. Now, next we have to find out the area. So students, finding the area is very simple than finding the perimeter, because when we talk about the area of a circle, it is simple, pi r square. Okay. So if there is a semicircle, the area would be halved and it would be pi r square upon 2. And for a quarter circle, it would be pi r square upon 4. That's it. So what we will do, we will simply apply this formula for finding the area of a quarter circle. By practicing these questions, you'll be able to memorize the formulas, okay? You don't need to memorize the formulas, because when you will memorize, you'll try to learn them by heart. What happens in exam pressure, when you try to attempt the questions in examination, what happens that some things went out of your brain. So try practicing as much as possible. So it would be like pi r square upon 4, which is 22 upon 7 or 3.14, multiply by 4.3 square upon 4. First, we are going to find out the square of 4.3, which is 18.49. Then we will multiply it with, or we will take it 18.5. And then we will multiply it with 3.14. So the answer would be 58.09. And then we will divide it with 4. So the final answer would be 14.5. And this is the final answer, 14.5 centimeter square. So you see, finding the area is way easier than finding the perimeter, since perimeter includes the diameter or the radii. But when we talk about the area, so we just have to divide it with 2 or divide it by 4 for a semicircle or a quarter circle, respectively. Now we have a very good question. Let's try to solve this out. They say the figure shows a circle with diameter BD. As you can see, it's the diameter of this circle. They are talking about the circle in the middle, right? And the diameter BD is of this circle. So they're talking about this circle. Okay. Then they're saying the figure shows a circle with diameter BD, and they are not telling us what is the length of BD, but they're saying it's encased in a semicircle. And if you look at the semicircle, students, you will find that the diameter of the circle is the radius of the semicircle outside. This is the semicircle, right? And if you look, this semicircle have the same radii across each of its sides. Okay. So now what we have to do, we have to, they're saying if the circumference of the smaller circle is 31.4 centimeters, then we have to determine the radius of the semicircle and the area of the shaded region. So we are going to do this question step by step. First of all, let us see that what is given. We are given with the circumference of the smaller circle. Okay. So let's take this and we will write it over here. Given that the circumference of the smaller circle because we are only provided with a circle now, is C is equals to 31.4 And we already did this in question number 1, that if the circumference of a circle is given, we can easily figure out that what would be its radius. So we will use the formula C is equals to 2 pi r. And from here, we will find out the radius of this smaller circle. Okay. So it will be 31.4 is equals to 2 multiplied by 22 upon 7 multiplied by r. Next, what are we going to do? We will multiply 31.4 with 7 and divide it with 2 multiplied by 22, which is 44. Now, these are the things that we have already practiced a lot in linear equations. So if you haven't watched my video related to linear equations, first watch them and then do these questions so it would become easier for you. So we will multiply 31.4 with 7. It gives us 219.8, and then we will divide it with 44. So the final answer would be 4.99, that is 5. So the radius we are getting is 5 centimeters. Okay. After finding the radius of this semicircle, this circle, they're telling us that this is the radius. So if the radius of this circle is equals to 5 centimeters, diameter is equals to 2r. So diameter is equals to 2 multiplied by 5 is equals to 10 centimeters. Okay. From here, we have found the radius and the diameter of the smaller circle. So you see, if the circumference of the smaller circle is given, we can easily find out its radius and its diameter. Now, they are not asking us the radius or the diameter of the circle. They are saying to find out the radius of the semicircle. Okay. From the question, they have given us the diameter BD encased in a semicircle. So it means the diameter of the circle is equals to the radius of this semicircle. It means the radius of the semicircle and the diameter of the circle are equal to each other. So if we have found the diameter of the circle, we can say that it is also equals to the radius of the semicircle. You see, students, this is the center of the semicircle. And if you will draw a line to the edge of this circle and the edge of the semicircle, both are similar. So this would be the diameter for the circle, but would be the radius for the semicircle. Because when you will draw the line from the center to any point, you will find the same length. You see, all of these are the radii of this semicircle. So we can say that the radii of this semicircle is also the diameter of the circle. So since we have found the diameter of the circle, now we can say that radius of semicircle is equals to 10 centimeters too. Okay. And after finding out the radius of the semicircle, now it's easy for us to find out the area of the shaded region. How can we find the area of the shaded region? For this, what do we have to do? We have done these type of questions earlier as well, that if a figure is given where there is a shaded or unshaded figure inside of it, so what do we have to do? We just have to find out the area of the whole figure outside. Okay. So since a semicircle is the circle is enclosed in this semicircle, which is not shaded. So what we will do, first we will find out the area of the semicircle as a whole. Which will be, since we have already found the radius of the semicircle, so it will be pi r square, which is 22 upon 7, taking the radius as 10. So it will be 100. 2200 upon 7 is equals to 28.6. centimeter square. But this is the area of the whole semicircle which enclosed some of the part of a circle, a whole circle, which is unshaded. So what do we have to do next? We have to remove the area of this circle from this semicircle to find out the area of only the shaded region. Okay, so next what are we going to do? We will find the area of the circle as well. Again, we will use the same formula, that is pi r square. But this time the values would be different. Why? Because the radius of the circle is not the same as the radius of the semicircle. Instead, it's half. So we will find the radius, the area using the radius as 5, which will be 5 5s are 25. So 25 multiplied by 22 is equals to 550. And then we will divide it with 7. So the answer would be 78.5, or we can say that 78.6 centimeters square. So this is the area of the circle, right? Now, what do we have to do next? Very simple. Since we have to find out the area of the shaded region, and shaded area doesn't include the area of the circle. So we will simply subtract the area of circle from the area of the semicircle. Wait, the area of the semicircle was 314.28, or we can say 314.3. So we will simply subtract 314.3 with 78.6, and the final answer would be 235.7. Student, we forgot to write the complete formula right here. We were finding the area of the semicircle, so it should have been pi r square upon 2. Okay, so make the correction over here. All we need to do is we just have to divide it with 2, because we are finding the area of the semicircle. So what do we have to do? We just have to divide each of these values with 2, and the answer would be, when we will divide 314.3 with 2, so the answer would be 157. Okay, since this outer part is the semicircle, so we have to find out the area of the semicircle, which would be 157.15 centimeter square. So after that, what we have to do, we have to subtract 78.6 from 157.15. Just make a small correction over here. And so the final answer would be 78.5. Right? Area of the shaded region is 78.55 centimeters square. So we have completed till question number 3. Inshallah, we are going to do a few more questions in the next video. Until then, take care and do subscribe to my channel if you are new. Don't forget to share it with your friends as much as you can. Take care. Allah Hafiz.